Good morning, all the students of fifth standard. We are learning the fourth lesson of history, and in the fourth lesson of history, evaluations 4.2 is going on. In evaluations 4.2, that is the stages of evaluations of animal. This point we are learning stages of evaluations of animals. So in these lessons we have learned in the previous lesson, sorry, in this point of when we are starting this of 4.2, the stages of evaluations of animals. In the same lessons we have learned the previous that the life on the earth begins to the unicellular. In the previous lessons we have learned that that unicellular organism is also known as a protozoa. In the second lessons we have studied about this second third lessons, protozoa, that these unicellular organisms gave rise to the multicellular living things. So these unicellular organisms, they gave to the multicellulars. So this informations we have studied into the previous or into the third lesson there. So single cellular, a cell which is made by the single cell is known as a unicellular, and that unicellular animals is also called as a protozoa. They are very small, so it is difficult for us to be see by our eyes, so we have to use a microscope. And the cell which is made by the, or the living thing which is made by the more than single cells, that living thing is also known as a multicellular organisms. They start to be change that. So the multicellular organisms evolved gradually, and various classes of plants and animals came into the being. So multicellular organisms, they start to be changed there, they start to be developed. Gradual changes started in them from more than from the original from the different. So gradual or the slowly changes started there in them. So multicellular organism evolve that. The main concept what is that, which is a multicellular organism is there, which is the organism made by more than one cell. That organism is called as a multicellular, and this multicellular organism started to be evolved, started to be changed. Gradual changes started in them, and various classes of plants and animals came into being. So by the change, various different classes of the plants and the animals came there into being. That number of the changes came there in them, in the plants and animals. So changes happen in them into the plants and animals. There's the following are the stages of the evaluations of the animals. So some of the stages are given here about the evaluations of the animals. So which are the changes are there, or the stages are there, that we will see. So among the changes of the animals, what we will do today here, only we will see the 2 points we will see there. First one, that is invertebrates. It is important one that we are vertebrates animals, and some animals are invertebrates. In the animal also, on the basis or on the type of the bone, animals are divided as the vertebrates and the invertebrates. So animal invertebrates animal, will see the first one point. Animals without a backbone are called invertebrates. Remember this one, that what is mean by invertebrates. Invertebrates animals means what? Animals those who not have backbone, or animals without a backbone is also called as a invertebrates. For example, if we bend and if we touch our hand to our backside, then we can see the bones are there in our backside. The backbone we call to them. So if we slightly like this bend, if we touch here, so we'll see the bones there, skeletons. There is a number of bones we can see in our back. So we are the vertebrates animals. So invertebrates animals means animal one who do not has its do not has a backbone. To that animal we can call as a invertebrates animal. Remember, animal without a backbone is called as a invertebrates animals. For example, we can call as a snail. In a rainy season, many times we have seen the snails there in our surrounding areas also there. They are these animals are without backbone. They can bend in any way that they do not have the backbones only there. So they are flexible, they can bend there. Or even we can see that some other animals are there, they too do not have the bones there, backbones, so they can be bent in any direction that. So animals without having a backbone is called as a invertebrates. For example, is snail is given here. Next one point, that is a vertebrates animal. Now it is important here that among the animals, so this division is only among the animals, not into the human beings. On the basis of backbone, we have divided them. We have divided animals into the vertebrates and invertebrates. So in invertebrates without backbone. Now vertebrates animals, who one who is having backbones, to them we can call as a vertebrates animals. Animals which have a backbones are called vertebrates animals. Animals which have a backbone. Remember the definitions about invertebrates and vertebrates. I am repeating again and again that invertebrates means animals without backbones are called as a invertebrates animals. Without backbone are called invertebrates, and one who have backbone is called as a vertebrates. So animals which have a backbones are called vertebrates. Look at the ones given below here. One example is given here about the animals, that is aquatic animal. Example, fish. We have seen the fishes are in a water, and even the fish is flexible, it can swim in the fastly it can swim in the water, but then also fish to have bones there, so they are called as a vertebrates animals. Fishes, into the fish, bones are there, backbones are there, so they are called as a vertebrates animals there. So animals which have a backbones are called as a vertebrates animals. uh, for example, aquatic animal is fish. Aquatic means one who live in a water, to them we can call as a aquatic animals. Animals which live in water, they are called as a aquatics. Remember that. So which can live in water, to them we can call as aquatic. If fish, if we will take out the fish outside the water, then that fish can't survive, the fish can't live more time without water, so they born to be survive to live in water only. So second, what is here, so here vertebrates, fish is there. Now next one, amphibians also we have seen many amphibian animals we have seen in our surrounding areas. Now remember what is meant by amphibians. Animals which live in water and also on a land are called as amphibians. Animals which can live in a water or also which can live on a land, such animals are called as a amphibian. For example, we can tell that frog, these animals, frog can live in water also, or even frog can live on land also, on the earth also. So a frog is an amphibian. It can live on the both side, that it can live in both side, that even in water it can survive, it can live many days in water also, or it can live in a it can live on the land also there. So frog is called as a amphibians. Remember that. Invertebrates without backbone, vertebrates having backbone, aquatic animals which live in a water, and amphibians which can live in a water also or on the land also. In amphibian or aquatic animals, fish is there, fish cannot live without water, that is aquatic animals. Amphibian which can live on the both side, that which can live into the water also, or which can live on the land also. For example, frog can live on the land also, or frog can live in water also. Many times we have seen frogs into the river or into the well also, we have seen the frogs there. So they are amphibians. Okay, so remember this one, and when we will come tomorrow, then tomorrow we'll see the next one. Okay, so today we have studied there what is the stages of evolutions of animals we have seen or we have studied from the protozoas, unicellular toward the multicellular. On the basis of the types of the animals bones, we have divided the bone animals there in vertebrates without backbone, vertebrates having backbone, aquatic animals which can live in a water, amphibian which can live in a water also or on land also, both side. Aquatic example fish and amphibian example is a frog, and invertebrates animal example is a snail, and vertebrates animals example is a fish. Okay, so tomorrow we will see the next part. Thank you.